A high-profile trial involving 3 former officers entering its 4th week now. A retired SAPD sergeant is testifying for the defense team as we speak. The defendants were charged in connection to Melissa Perez's death from June of 2023. KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna is joining us live right now outside the courtroom with what she has revealed in her testimony. And what did you hear, Megan?
Well, Sarah, retired Sergeant Lisa Miller has testified that she believes the lead detective on this case, Ronald Soto, had shown bias and rushed his investigation after he served warrants or walked warrants on the 3 defendants just 16 hours after the shooting. She says she spent hundreds of hours examining this case. Miller testified she spoke with several officers at the scene that were at the scene in June of 2023 who have not testified in this trial. 3 of them drew their guns at some point during the incident. She says the reason they didn't fire their weapons was either because they lost sight of Melissa Perez or another officer was in their line of fire.
Would you agree that no one in the officer-involved shooting team, and neither Detective Soto or anyone else, asked whether the witnesses you talked to, Andrew Lamb, Vince Gomez, Maria Salinas, Travis Thompson, no one asked them, was it reasonable for these defendants to use force? No one asked them that.
No, and I would say overall, all the statements that were taken in homicide that night were poorly done. They didn't ask the pertinent questions of the officers to get to the justifications in Chapter 9.
Did your conversation with Sergeant Rivera help?
Now, Chapter 9 is a section of the Texas Penal Code that discusses police officers' right to use force. When she was cross-examined by the state, they had tried to argue that the officers could have changed their plans on how they were going to arrest Perez to avoid using deadly force. Now, the jurors were let go for the day. They were released for the day. But right now, attorneys are still discussing matters with this judge. It's expected to wrap up here in the next 10 minutes or so, and it will resume. This trial will resume at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. We're live streaming it for you on KENS 5 Plus. Reporting live from the Justice Center, Megan Reyna, KENS 5.